Hey, I'm happy to share this moment with you, and if you haven't already, get into a comfortable position and relax. If you like, feel free to join me in taking 5 deep breaths with little pauses between in and exhaling. Let's rest in silence now. You are right here, right now. As you can tell from the title, today I'd like to address the topic of personal shortcomings. In this meditation, I'd like to firstly take a moment to become calm and centered, but then I will ask questions that will activate your mind, but I'd like you to remain in a state of presence, while at the same time then working with your mind. When talking about personal shortcomings, I'm referring to character traits we don't like, neither in us nor others. Deciding what is a personal insufficiency and what is not is a subjective question. For example, some character traits and ways of treating others are totally normal in one culture and considered absolutely rude in others. In order for us to have a mutual understanding of what we're talking about here, I'd like to define those insufficiencies as character traits that don't come from our true selves, but our mind and its ego constructs. I'd like to talk about traits that we wouldn't like to have if we'd analyze and become conscious of them. We tend to quickly see and, to some degree, judge such features in other people. But when it comes to scanning ourselves for such properties, we might tend to look the other way, and perhaps we even try to justify them when someone confronts us with them. Probably we look away because we don't want to deal with them. We might be too inconsiderate, lazy, and perhaps also fearful. It is not always easy to determine the roots of why we behave in a certain way. I'd now like to be silent for a moment, and you can rest in being as well. But I want to invite you to first observe what comes up when you ask yourself, what personal shortcomings do I have? Perhaps you've come up with a lot of issues that you'd like to change about yourself. So do I, and probably almost everybody does. We aren't perfect, but as long as we try our best, let's not feel so bad about ourselves. So now, in an attempt to actually try our best, I'd like to invite you to direct your awareness onto one issue of your choice. Ask yourself, why do I behave this way? Am I trying to compensate or avoid something? Is it a part of a bigger issue? You might think right now, oh boy, it's been a little quick, but don't worry, let me say it again. Ask yourself, why do I behave this way? Am I trying to compensate or avoid something? Is it a part of a bigger issue? Be present and observe yourself. I don't focus your awareness on such issues to make you feel bad. I want to help you grow. Notice that I've repeatedly referred to these traits as personal insufficiencies. Personal. Persona being the mask in Greek. I'm referring to the mind and its ego constructs. That's not you. By becoming aware of such properties, we become more ourselves. And by getting to know our true selves and laying off such characteristics of the mind and its illusions, the mind itself can be a great tool. But by laying off those ego characteristics, we tend to treat ourselves and others better, more lovingly. When we come to understand that we ourselves have such issues to work on, and that they usually originate from pain, we gradually stop judging others so much. And instead of facing them with despise and degradation, we rather meet other people with compassion, with love instead of hate, with the heart instead of the ego. You can do this meditation over and over again, focusing on different issues or continuing with one you'd like to be aware of in a state of presence. Or pragmatically contemplate it outside of being in a meditative state. I hope you benefit from this meditation. I wish you all the best. Take care.